So we are in the homework page 387. So check your answers, please. Question 5, it is part D. Question 6, x less than 3. In the next page, question 7, question 7, x less than or equal minus 2. In part B, you graph it. This is part A, right? In part B, you graph it from -2, close circle to the left, and in question 8, the answer is selection C, P more than 4.8, right? In question 9, you have two solutions or two selections. The first one, no more than 335.75 dollars, and the fourth one, less than or equal 335.75 dollars. Question 10. Question 10, it's about bracelets. It's division inequality. So you can say let x be the question said write and solve inequality to determine the minimum length of a string. Let x be the length of the string, right? Now the question here about Ling wants to make bracelets. Each one of bracelets needs 7.5 inch of string. Got it? Each one of bracelet needs 7.5. From where I get 7.5? From the table. See the table in front of you? 7.5. So I have the whole string. I will divide it into 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 for each one string. Well, one bracelet, right? So here x divided by 7 and 1/2 should be what? It make at least 20. At least 20 means what? More than or equal 20. So you solve this inequality, multiply both sides by 7.5. X will be more than or equal what? 150. This is the answer. And the question, this is 10. Question 11. Question 11. No need. I will just, this is the inequality 6.5z minus 2.25 less than or equal -10.5. If you solve it, z will be less than or equal -1.25. And in the question 12, explain why or why not the direction of the inequality symbol is reversed. We didn't reverse it. Less than, still less than. Why we didn't? Because the coefficient is not negative, right? Question 12, x, if you solve this inequality in front of you, x will be less than 4. So in the number line on 4, open circle to the. These are the answers of the test practice which I asked you to solve, right? But now we will, after you finish check, we will go to lesson 8.1, vertical and adjacent angles. So finish check quickly, please. Yes. Question 9. Here's the question. Question 9, the question said Tom is making bird houses to sell at a farmer's market. Okay, each bird house requires 4.5 feet of wood planks to build. Each one bird house needs how much? 4.5 feet of wood planks to build. And he sells them for 19.75 each. If he has no more than 80 feet of planks to make the birdhouse, how much money can Tom earn at the farmer's market? Select all that apply. Let's do this. Let's do it. Question 9, page 388. So I'm explaining question 9, page 388. Now the question said, how much money, right? Each birdhouse can be sold for how much each birdhouse? For 19.75, right? But do we know how many birdhouses here? Do we know how many birdhouses? Let x be let x be the number of bird houses, right? We don't know the number. If we know the number of the bird houses, we can know the total of the money. If we have 2 bird houses, we multiply 2 by 19.75, right? 3 bird houses, 4 bird houses, but we don't know how many bird houses, right? But each one bird house needs how much feet of wood? Each one bird needs 4.5, right? But 2 bird houses, 2 multiply 4, 3 bird houses, 3 multiply. So the total of the wood we need is the number of the bird houses multiply how much each bird house needs, which is x multiply 4.5. Get it? So here 4.5 x. What's x? The number of the bird houses. What is the 4.5? The amount of feet for wood for each bird house, right? صح? Now the total of the bird houses should be what? If he has no more than 80 feet of plants, ما عنده أكثر من 80 feet. شو? Less than, no more than, right? Less than or equal what? إيش? Do you understand? Do you understand? Right. Now let's solve the inequality to find x. 4.5 x less than or equal what? 80. Divide on 4.5, divide on 4.5. So x will be less than or equal 8 divided by 4.5. 17.70, 17.78. Okay? Right. Now he cannot divide the bird houses, right? Either he make 1 bird house or 2 or 3 or 4. He cannot make 3.5 because he wants to sell them. So I cannot, if Muad came to me, he wants to sell, to buy 3 bird houses. I told him, no, I have 3.5. Take this half of you. I cannot do that, right? So here, x around what? 17. So the maximum number he can make of bird houses is what? 17 bird houses. The maximum number of the bird houses is how much? يعني أكثر bird houses بيقدر يعملوا is, so the maximum number of bird houses is كم؟ طيب each one sold for what? 19 point. So the total of the money can be around what? The maximum amount of money. يعني هو بيقدر يبيع أكثر شيء 17 صح؟ The maximum amount of money we multiply 17 by what? 0.75. It will be around 335.75. Now, what's the answer? The answer is that the maximum number is 17. So the maximum money should be what? 300. Can he get more? No. So he can get 335.75 or what? Or less. ممكن ما يعمل ال 17، ممكن يعمل 15 bird house، 13 bird house، مش شرط 17 يعني. So here no more than less than or equal 335.75 أو نحكي less than or equal 335.75, which are the two solutions which we select in the question right here. Low question 9, we select no more than and less than or equal, right? You understand it? That is question 9 in steps. But let's move now to module 8, lesson 1, vertical and adjacent angles. Focus, please. We are on page days 2 January 2022. We are on page 391. 391. Now, let's remember what the angle is. Let's remember what the angle is. Okay, what's the angle? Guys, يعني مش فاهم يعني. Yeah. What's the angle? ايش هي الانجل? The angle has 3 parts. Point and 2 rays. Not lines. Not lines, rays. Ray has start and no end. Has a start and no end. Now this point here, this point, I will call it vertex. And these two rays here, I will call them sides of the angle. So point, 2 rays, we have an angle. We have what? An angle. But now we have types of angle. Types of angles. We have 4 types. Exactly 5 types. Okay. First one, we call it zero angle. Zero angle. When we have zero angle, when the two sides are lined over each other. طلع على الانجل اللي رسمتها وتخيل شو بحكي. When the two sides are lined for each other, so we have what? Zero angle. For example, this is the vertex, this is the first side, the second side on it. The second side on where? On it. So we have here what? Zero angle, no angle. Zero angle. Okay? Type 2, we call it acute angle. Acute angle, طبعا here the measure M means what? Measure, no, M measure, خلاص? Measure equal what here? 0. Acute angle, the measure of it is more than 0 and less than what? We know inequalities now, right? The measure is more than 0 and less than, not equal, more than, less than. Okay, يعني any number between them, we call it what? Acute angle. And its opening kindly small. Okay, not big opening, wide. Okay, but part 3 or type 3, we call it right angle. Exactly. Now, right angle, the measure here is exactly, and it has shortcut. It's something like this, and a small square on it. When you have this small square, right angle. How much the measure of it? 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree. Type. No need to write 90. Small circle, small square means what? Right equal 90 على طول. Okay. The part 4, we call it obtuse angle. The measure of it here, more than 90 and less than 180, in between, not equal. The fourth type or the fifth type, the last one, is straight angle. Exactly. So here M is exactly 180 degrees. So if you have 5 types: zero angle, acute angle, right angle, obtuse, and straight angle. Done? Done. These are the types, you know that. We took that before, so we are remembering only. Now the second idea, how we name the angle, how we give the angle name. Okay? So if we have this angle here, and here I will call this point, for example, K, this point here A, this point here Z. Sometimes I give it number. Sometimes I give it number as a name. So here I can name it with 4 ways. Okay, I can say this is the measure, the shortcut of the angle. Angle, I can say A, K, Z. A, K, Z. The vertex is in the middle always. What's the vertex? K. K is in the middle. Done? Or I can say angle Z, K, A. Z, K, A. بالعكس يعني I can say A, K, Z or Z, K, A. Right? The vertex always where? If you have this angle alone, no angles beside it, we can say angle K or angle 3. This is how we name the angle, okay? Depending on the letters which is written. Mostly, we will use numbers. Mostly. Not always, but mostly, okay? So, now let's move to example 1. See example 1? Yalla, example 1. We are on page 392. We have this angle here, and we have here y, we wrote here 1, and here you have z, and here you have x up, right? And down we have names, and the question said select all of the correct names for the given angle. This is the given angle in front of you. Can I say angle 1? Yes, I can. Select. Can I say angle XYZ? X, Y, Z. Yes, I can say X, Y, Z. Selected. Can I say angle XZY? No. XZY. They put Z at the middle. No, the vertex should be at the middle always. طب. Can I say angle ZXY? Come on, no. طب. ZYX? Yes. Angle ZYX. Can I say angle X? No. Angle Y? Yes. Angle 1, sorry, angle Z? No. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 correct names. Select them. Let's do the check quickly. After this example, we have check. Let's do it. Check after example 1. Let's name the angle in 4 ways. We have this angle. What's the measure of this angle? 90 degree because of this circle. B. without this circle of this, how much? No, we don't know. We don't know. Do we know? No, we need to measure it by protractor. You know protractor? But if you have the square, you can say 90. Without this square, you cannot judge. Even if it looks like يعني اسالك هذه مستر 90 ليه؟ مبيننا لا ما فيش. Okay, be accurate. Okay, looks like 90. No, you can measure it and tell me if it's 90 or no. But if you have the square, it's 9. خلاص. Done. Without small square, we cannot know unless we measure it. Okay, you know how to measure angles. Retractor, and you'll have something like this, and you'll see this line where the number here. Remember that. Now let's name this angle. We have letters here. We have 2. We have C, and we have A, and here you have B. Amir, what are the name? The first name. Give me the first name. Huh? Angle 2, angle ABC, angle CBA, and I can see angle B. لحالها. ABC, CBA, وangle B, وangle 2. No, we cannot. We cannot. Now here, look, this name, when the letter is alone, ركز معي شو بحكي. When the letter is alone, when we use it, if we have only one angle, يعني, if you have something like this, for example, focus with me, please. لأن النame مهم. If you have something like this, and here F, T, X, Y. You cannot say angle F. Why? Which one of them? How many angles we have here? How many angles? 3 angles we have. 1, 2, and 3. The whole angle, right? So if you say angle F, of which F? Here you need to be specific. If you want the angle down here, what you will say? YFX or XFY. If you want this angle here, you can say مين اللي بيحكي FX? F cannot be at the beginning, always at the middle. So here XFT or T. If you want the whole angle, TFX or XF, whatever. So you cannot use the letter alone if you have more than angle sharing with the same vertex. Get it? طيب. Done this check. Copy it. Copy it. طيب. Now let's go to the first concept. Here, all of this revision. We took that before. Now let's take the first concept. We call it vertical angles. Yeah, ركز على البورد معي. انسى الكتاب. Vertical angles. Now, what are the vertical angles? Pair of angles means how many angles? 2. Pair means 2. When the 2 angles, we can call them vertical. If we have this situation in front of you, if you have this line and another line intersect with it, so we have 2 lines intersected with each other. Intersected. We have here 4 separated angles. Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. The opposite angles, we call them vertical. We call them, means angle 1 with angle 3, we call them vertical angles. Angle 2 with angle 4, we call them vertical angles. So the opposite angle, if you have 2 lines intersected with each other, we call them vertical angles. So what are the vertical angles here? The vertical angles are أول شيء angle 2 with angle 4 or angle 4 with angle 2 the same opposite قبال بعض يعني okay and angle 1 with angle 3 or angle 3 with angle 1 these are vertical angles. What's the property of the vertical angles? Look here. The vertical angles are congruent. Are what? What's the meaning of congruent? They have the same measure. They have the same measure. Congruent means they have the same measure. Means angle 1, the measure of angle 1 should be equal the measure of angle لا إله إلا الله طبيعيين ممنوع ما بصيرش تخربط يلا the measure of angle 1 is congruent to the measure of angle 3 why the explanation is because they are vertical بس because they are vertical they are equal because they are vertical done يلا angle 3 equal angle 1 angle 4 equals what angle 2 if I add the letter m I'm talking about the measure okay measure of angle كذا equal measure of angle كذا why because they are vertical angles got it you understand the idea of the what are the vertical angles opposite angles if you have two intersected lines or more let's see example what now example 3 or 2 example 2 now look at example 2 I will graph it on the board I have this horizontal line here I have this line and I have this line also and they share this vertex right we have a lot of angles here 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 and the question said identify the vertical angle pairs two angles okay don't say angle 6 is vertical this is wrong angle 6 vertical with which angle got it so here what are the pairs angle 1 vertical with what with 4 so angle 1 vertical equal angle what 4 less equal because they are بس ما تحكي غير هيك يلا angle 6 vertical with what with 3 angle 5 vertical with 2 angle 4 مكتوبة angle 3 مكتوبة angle 2 with 5 مكتوبة so these are all the vertical angles as pairs you can say the vertical angles are the vertical angles are like this angle 1 sorry angle 1 with angle 4 angle 6 with angle 3 angle 5 with angle 2 okay as pair if you want to write them but what's the relation between each angles which are vertical they are what they are equal they have the same measurement got it فهمنا طيب let's go to طبعا in the example they said angle 1 is vertical to angle I mean example 2 still angle 1 is vertical to angle put 4 fill the spaces please angle 2 is vertical to angle 5 angle 3 is vertical to angle 6 and go on fine let's go to the check after this example check after this example we have this line here and intersected with other two lines on the same point. Here we have a 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 2. So angle 1 with us, angle 1 with, يلا اكتب angle 4, angle 2 with 5, and angle 3 with 6. Right. So we know the vertical angles and we know the relation between any two angles are vertical, right? They have the same measurement. Got it? They have, means if angle 3 is 60 degree, then angle 6 should be also. Right? Why? Because they are, you need to justify your answer to tell why, always. Stop. Why we use it? Sometimes we have one angle and we need to know the measure of the other angle. For example, طلع البورد بفهم. Example, if you have this figure here, and here the measure of this angle is 75 watts. The small circle heavy means degree, 75 degree. And here they wrote for me 4x minus 5 all degree. Means the measure of this angle here is 75 degree. The measure of this angle here, this angle is 4 x minus 5. And the question wants me to find the value of what? Of x, right? What's the missing number here? What's the unknown thing here? We know the 75, we know 4, we know 5, we don't know what? X, we need to know x. If we know x, we know the whole expression how much? How much it should be? 75, ما هو equal مع vertical, صح? So the 4x minus 5 هذه 4x minus 5 should be equal to what? Equal what? 75. Why? Because they are vertical. So the two angles are what? Equal. We have letters here, right? What's the letter here? E, and here B, and here C, and here B, and here A. Means angle CED اللي هي هذا صح؟ Angle CED should be equal to angle BEA, right? Angle BEA. Why? You need to justify your step. To justify means to tell the reason why. Just enough to write like this. Thus. So when I read your solution, this angle equal to this angle, and you wrote vertical this side. So this is the justification. Now, these two angles are equal. What's the measure of angle CED? CED. What's the measure of F? 4x minus 5 and 4x minus 5 equal the measure of the angle BEA, 75. Now, what we call this equation? Two-step equation. And we did that a lot, right? Shift, divide, find your x. So 4x equals 75 plus 5. 4x equals 80. Dividing 4, x will be 20. To check your answer, take this 20 and put it here. 4 by 20, 80 minus 5. Yes. No, we don't. We will not. Yeah. Example 3. Example 3. Mister, these two angles are equal. Why they are equal? I'm asking you. So answer me or you tell me I don't know. Don't just say silent, okay? These two angles are equal. Why they are equal? I put them equal. Do you know how to solve this equation? What's the problem then? Nothing. But let's do example 3 together. In example 3, write and solve an equation to find the value of x. We have this figure here. And up here they wrote for me 2x plus 2, and here they wrote for me 130 degrees, طبعا. Right? The question said again, write and solve an equation to solve the value of, to find the value of what? X. Now, what's the relation between the two given values or the two given angles here? They are equal. Why they are equal? Bas. So angle 2x plus 2 equal 130. Justify your answer. Vertical. Bas. Don't tell because they are, just write vertical beside your statement. Okay. This is the equation. This is the equation. The question said write equation and solve the equation. Right. This is the equation. From where we get it? From our facts. What is it? That any two vertical angles are equal in measurement. So I put them equal. فاهم يا ريان? Now let's what? Solve the equation as we did too much before, right? Shift, divide, and do everything. 2x equal 130 minus 2, 2x equal 128. X will be, after you divide into both sides, x will be 64, right? Now to check your answer, take this 64 and put it here in place of x. 2 multiply 64, 128, 28 plus 2, 130, vertical. Got it? Do you understand it? Are you sure? We will stop here. Tomorrow, inshallah, we'll continue from example 3. Done? From the check, I'm sorry, after example 3. Done, guys? Done. Now, watch the video again and try to understand everything. Thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask me tomorrow.